weekends!
The weekends!
The weekends!
Weekends!
The weekends. Yes.
But those specific kids who are really younger than us by at least a decade,
Yeah.
they want to go to places where like adults are. They want to do things what adults do. They want to do like instead of having fun and playing in the playground, those kinds of people would like kids. I mean, the kids would like they wanna put skincare like retinol. Wanna buy really expensive makeup that's really suitable for the adult age. Like it's really scary how sometimes the time goes backwards. Like instead of like tayo yung mismong nagiging mature, yung mismong younger audience is finally mature. Ano ba yung mga kunyari, mga realizations niya na, this adulthood is not only just freedom, but it also comes with big responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, growing up, we realize now we have this kind of freedom kasi we have our parents to pay for us instead, right? So we can do whatever we wish. Our wish comes true without even knowing that our parents work hard on it.
Was in elementary, my parents were like so protective of me. When it comes to traveling to and from school, I used to like get in the services, and now when I got into college, I'm like, oh no, how do I commute? Like I don't know the world around me. All I know is home. So as I stepped into the adult life, I realized, oh no, the world is so much bigger, and I have to navigate through that all by myself now. Adulting sucks, honestly.
Yeah,
But
you
like,
can
there's
say
two
that.
things that I like about adulting:
Yes.
freedom, money.
Oh, yes, exactly. Like, imagine them, like, getting your first ever pay after a really hardworking,
Yes.
stressful job.
I don't like working though.
Oh, yeah.
I want to get paid, but no job.
Yeah, you are giving the definition of trying to balance in the adulthood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Work-life balance? No. Life.
Okay, welcome everyone po uli in our third episode po of our podcast, which is The Weekend.
The Weekends!
The weekend!
The weekends!
So, hi guys uli. My name is Hia.
Jelaine.
My name is Jel.
Yan, may bago tayong addition to our The Weekend. So, welcome po sa ating
Hello.
podcast. And it's interesting no na may bago tayong topic and new people that will be arriving. Nag-arrive na po sa ating podcast. So, our topic for our stressful week again, no, is about self-harm.
Yeah.
So, this topic is very sensitive. So, listener and viewers' discretion is advised for mga people. So, what can you guys say about self-harm? Like, very in general.
For me, it's a very, touchy and complex topic. So, talagang kailangan meron tayong care or like, be gentle sa pagsasabi or like, pagkukwento sa mga topic na to. Since, ayun nga, it's kasi, inaano niya kasi yung parang mental health natin and emotional health din. So, like, yeah, it's very fragile. What about you?
So, in terms of self-harm, I believe sa akin kasi pagka self-harm, more on by self. Kaya nga self. Parang, pagka self-harm ko, so parang minsan kasi hindi natin napapansin, no, na nangyayari na para sa atin. Like, for example, since school, pagka hard work natin, na overwork tayo, lalo na sa mga activities natin and stuff, din natin napapansin na we're doing self-harm to ourselves, diba? In terms of self-harm, other than that, ano pang klaseng mga self-harm ang masasabi niyo?
So, wait, pause lang tayo sa self-harm kasi may nag-comment kasi nung last time na hindi daw natin kinakain yung mga pagkain namin. So, ito na, para sa iyo ito. And it's really, really, concerning for me na, na first week of December, ganito, Christmas season, and then we're gonna be talking about something very, very fragile and sensitive talaga. And what I noticed about self-harm, it can not only affect you, but it can also affect the people around you.
So true about
Yeah.
that. Since nga, parang yung negativity kasi niya nag-i-spread sa other people. So like, even though na you think na ikaw lang yung maaapektuhan, yung people sa surrounding mo, maaaring maapektuhan din. So, yeah, that's so true.
In terms of self-harm, meron kasi na pagka sa around mo, they worry about you, maybe others na they don't know anything about you, but baka mamaya may something na nangyari pala sa'yo, then kung ano naisipin ng iba and they don't know what to think about you, kaya yung iba, that's why you say about, involving others around you as well. But what do you think is the cause of self-harm as well? Kung nabi ko nga nung una is minsan hindi natin napapansin tas mga situation na nangyayari. Ano pa kaya mga nagpo-push towards this self-harm kaya?
One of the major factors is the situation and the person itself not trying to be like, siguro, na yung hinahayaan lang nila yung sarili nila na parang mag-dwell further sa isang situation. And then that situation controls them, and then yung situation kamo pushes them to do self-harm.
To add lang, sa mga sinabi nyo, ay, sa akin, yung naiisip kong mga rason is that, yung lack of appreciation sa family and friend, and yung lack of support din. Since,
Yes.
ayun nga, lalong parang nagiging lonely or alone sa thoughts yung tao na nagtithink of self-harming. Kaya pag walang kumakausap sa kanya or like nanatili siyang parang alone na lang, lalo siyang lalala to the point na even though na kunyari okay siya sa labas, deep inside talagang very complex and chaotic na yung mind niya. So ayun.
Siguro aside from emotional type of self-harm, meron pa tayong physical sort, like kunwari, addiction. Actually, I also have experience like mahilig talaga ako magkape eh. Although, pag sobra na, hindi na talaga nakakasama sa ating, katawan. Kaya, siguro, masama rin talaga ang sobra. Kaya, ingatan na din po natin ang ating health and stuff. I guess, siguro sa mga emotional thing, like problems and stuff, pagka working ka na, mga nainom na, kaya nag-i-smoke na to relieve stress and some sort. Pero pagka sumasobra na din talaga, nagkakos na rin ng self-harm na hindi natin namamalayan, pero patuloy pa rin natin ginagawa. Ayun.
Yeah, pag-consume ng alcohol, mga cigarette, form din yun ng self-harm. Kasi, ayun nga, madami kasing namamatay sa sa alcohol. So like, let's say for example, na-addict ka na talaga sa taste ng alcohol, etc. Tapos, parang meron din moment na pag bigla kang nag-stop, ano yung tawag doon? I forgot eh. Pero pag bigla kang nag-stop, tapos wala kang break in between na ganun, parang mabibigla yung body mo. So like,
dahil sa bagong change.
mabibigla yung body mo and then pwede kang ma-hospital and then mas malala, pwede kang mamatay dun. So yeah.
Not only it was ganyan mga key factors, I could say the major key factor of why people somehow do self-harm, social media.
Ayun pa.
Yeah, malala din kasi yung yung apekto ng social media
Yeah.
sa natin, not only mental health, not only like physical, emotional, pati din sa social natin, health din natin. So like sa social media, ang dami kasing totoo naman, madami talagang mga troll, toxic people na nagtatago sa anonymous na mga account, ganon. So like, sa kanila, hindi na nila inaalala yung parang well-being nung tao sa labas ng screen. So, ang apekto nun, ang dami nabibiktima. Even yung mga bata pa, like,
Oo.
mga 18 pababa, mga 10 years old nga, naaapektuhan ng cyberbullying ngayon dahil nga, ayun nga, digital age na tayo. So, mas lumalala yung mga nakakaapekto sa mga tao para makapagdesisyon na mag-self-harm sila.
Like, kumbaga, this advancement in technology, kung madali nga tayo maka-reach for other people, pero at the same time, no, madali din tayo makaka-reach maka-hurt ng ibang tao as well. Kaya, iwasan din sana natin ang pagbibitaw ng mga masasakit na salita para hindi tayo maka-inflict ng negative emotion to other people as well. Kaya,
Yeah.
self-harm.
Kaya may popular na quote na, think before you click. Very popular yan. So, like, before ka mag-message ng tao, before mo i-click yung send na yon, basahin mo muna ulit. Tapos, isipin mo kung yung mga tinype mo ba sa cellphone mo or tinype mo sa iyong laptop ay makakaapekto ba sa nung tao, like pag-iisip, ganon.
What I really want to bring up is how some people do not take self-harm seriously.
Ay,
Like,
yes.
yung mga, for example, yung mga parents or people, siguro mga friends na din, sometimes self-harm can be like used as a way of like getting attention. Like, some people do that, like with the intention of getting attention without, hindi naman sila mismong mentally ill, they just do it because they wanted attention. But like those who needed really some console, like, or help, like professional help, and then they were not taken seriously, and then they were told na, oh, baka ano naman yan, na malilipas naman yan, di ka kasi pupunta ng simbahan.
Ayan, oo, ang daming ganyan na ngayon, lalo na sa mga generation ng mga mama natin, lola natin, ang dami, as in, ang dami pa ding mentality na, uy, ipag-pray mo lang yan, lilipas din yan, ang dami talaga, as in, kaya hindi sila nakakatulong sa, younger generation or kaya naman yung mga older generation na nagsasuffer talaga.
Ano lang din, it's just that, sure, God can help. Sure, God can help, but like, can it help you in a physical and mental sense? God can help you spiritually, but can it help you in a way that is like inclined with reality? Matutulong ba siya sa mental health mo if you always get praying anyways, but like somehow it doesn't do much job? Like, for some people, I really respect and really naman na don't mind to people who really believe in God that can actually answer and help them with their mental health. But like the thing is the other side of the coin is that sometimes praying isn't just worth part of helping you anyways.
Yeah, in that sense kasi, parang sa mismong God is our guide to make a rational decision for ourselves. At hindi entirely din man gagawa noon. Kaya pag nangyari yun, well, sabi mong not helping at all, maybe, how about we seek help from others? If others couldn't take you seriously, I don't know, find someone you can relate to as well, or talk about it to someone else. Yan.
Ayun
Sige.
nga. Ayun, yung like mga sinabi mo din, mga parang ways how to cope, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, ayun, i-add ko lang na pag talagang nahihirapan na or like talagang gusto mo talagang mag-self-harm sa sarili, other than that, there's like this, how do you say this? To make yourself na be worth it. So like, you can like, tawag dito, ano yung parang exercise na parang peaceful, pero ano yun?
Yoga.
Meditation, parang
Yoga.
ganon. I mean, not all, hindi naman siya lahat na effective kasi yun nga, different people have different, parang coping, parang may different, difficulties or level sa natin, sa tawag dito, na experience natin. So like, yung way ko to to cope, pwedeng maging epekto sa inyo, pwedeng effective, pwedeng hindi. So, parang ganun siya.
Yeah.
Another ko pa dito kasi no, kung hindi mo makuha sa iba yung pangangailangan mo, maybe let's take a step forward and try to do it for ourselves. I mean, mahirap, madaling sabihin and mahirapan gawin. At this point, sino pa ba tutulungan natin kung di sarili lang din natin?
It's really crazy how na parang yung mismong self-harm na kabago ng tao. Like, kahit anong way of harming themselves, it will change them somehow. Like, at least, siguro mga quarter or half of their individuality. Like, tipong tungkol sa mental health. Ako, naka-experience talaga ako ng pagsa-self-harm in many different ways. Like, overworking, pressuring myself, and hindi natutulog. Dahil kasi sa sobrang pag-overthink. Yun yung mismong self-harm na hindi naman kailangan physically, but like you can also self-harm yourself mentally somehow. And it was really crazy na somehow I stopped doing self-harm physically. Like, it's been like around, okay, so it's been around na I have stopped doing self-harm for 5 years. Yeah. It was really crazy kasi it's really crazy na high school ako naggaganon. Tapos, inabot ako ng mga 5 years to really cope and have it well managed na healthily na in other ways somehow. And then, it was really good na it really takes some time to have it na parang ganito. But somehow, I was glad naman na 5 years na hindi naman na ako nagsa-self-harm.
That's good.
Yeah, ano yun, achievement yun. Kasi talagang mahirap talaga siya eh. Like, pag nandun ka na talaga sa, tawag dito, path na yun, mahihirap or like, nagsa-struggle talaga yung mga tao na mag-stop. So, like, it really takes time. Ayun nga, yung sinabi mo nga, it really takes time talaga to stop that. Another thing is that, ayun nga, parang nawawala yung individuality mo, yung sarili mo. Kaya minsan, pag let's just say for example na your friend or a family member of yours napapansin nyo, nag-iiba yung parang ugali niya, ganun. Magkusang na tayo, parang kusang sa sarili na, o mag-action, na anuhin siya, like, kahit okay ka lang ba, kakamustahan, ganyan, like, para kahit papaano, meron pa din parang natutulungan or like, tawag dito,
Nagre-reach out sa kanila.
parang
Yes,
ganon.
that support now. And it's really crazy na this topic somehow naka-open eye because there's not only physical, there will be emotional and mental self-harm scammer, which somehow, yung nga bring up ko again na nakaka-change ng tao sobra to the point they won't familiarize themselves na, oh, sila na to na yun. And they weren't the same person back again. And I really hope to those people who somehow are doing self-harm right now should be mindful and take the time to take a seat and really rethink about the decisions and also get professional help na din. Like, it's not scary to ask for help. It's not really scary. And I hope naman na tayong tatlo nakaka-learn ng ganitong lesson. So, once again, guys, my name is Hia.
I'm Jelaine.
And I'm Jel.
And this is
The Weekends!
So, abangan nyo yung next natin na episode, which is about relationships. So, this is, parang part 2 siya ng ating self-harm kasi medyo connected sila eh.
Oo, connected nga.
Yes.
Feeling ko naman lahat ng topic natin konektado yun.
Oo.
So, stick around and stay tuned po for our next
Naubos na din yung
episode
food
about
natin.
relationships.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much. Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!
Take a rest, okay? And
Bye-bye
don't do
po.
self-harm.